Again, they're fanning. Gently move it to get them out of the way. Good. Looks like they're good. And again, we want these close together. Works the best.
Okay, now this one I'm pulling out now. I could tell from looking at the side, and also because I'll show you when we close this up how you can watch the bees without having to open the hive. Temperature.
Hey Edgar, let's see if Peter can see this fanning that the bees are doing, and maybe let's talk about that a little bit, because this is a nice shot of bees fanning.
They're fanning, and what they're doing is they're emitting hormone smell to tell people this is where we are. I'm not quite sure while they're doing this now. Usually fanning occurs when they found a new hive.
Right.
And they sit there on their front porch in front of a standard hive, and they do this to tell everybody else, this is our new house, come on in.
Right.
But I'm not quite sure why they're doing this now, because this is their house and it's not new.
Hold that.
Now, the fact that a lot of these frames here are empty,
Right.
tells me, okay, can we turn that one around, Joseph? Tells me that,
Okay, you got that in?
yeah.
Okay.
These frames were filled up with eggs,
Right.
and they've all hatched. In fact, let's turn this around
Okay.
and see if Peter can get this right here. Right here, that's a bee, and it's emerging from its cell. Can you see it moving?
Oh wow. You're right.
He's coming out.
Yeah, look
He's
at that.
hatching.
The bee
That's a new bee coming to life.
right there. See
Right
that?
there.
That is amazing.
So now he's going to chew off that little cap,
Yeah, look at that. He's
and he's going to leave.
wow.
And right after he leaves, worker bees are going to go over there and clean that cell out and get ready either for a new egg, honey, or they could use it to store pollen.
So look at that. That is amazing.
And then if Joseph
Mm-hmm.
just turns it this way so we can have this part
Okay.
like this. And if you look at these cells here,
Right.
these are queen cells.
So Edgar, why would they be creating new queen cells? What are some of the situations?
Well, sometimes they could feel that their queen isn't laying enough eggs.
Okay, so they want a new queen.
They might want more space, but they've got plenty of space.
Mhm.
We haven't even filled this hive up yet.
Okay.
But I've noticed that they're starting to put nectar up here in the corner.
Okay.
So this kind of tells me that this frame is going to be used for eggs again, because they're doing it up here in the corner.
So here's a question.
If they filled it in down here, then I would say it's a honey frame.
So here's a question, Edgar, and maybe in another video we'll talk about swarming. But is there less chance of bees swarming with this frame setup than the box setup, or is it about the same?
About the same.
About the same. So whatever your setup is,
Yeah.
it
Bees are going to swarm.
Okay.
There he goes. Okay. All along this bar here, you can see the stuff that's on the surface. That's the propolis.
Okay.
It's used as insulation and to block up holes,
Oh, okay.
but it is also very beneficial to the bees because it's almost like neosporin
Okay.
or antibacterial.
Wow.
Beekeepers will keep this and put it into a alcohol solution to make a tincture,
Wow.
and people use that for homeopathic purposes and home remedy.
Wow. So Edgar,
Yes, Joseph.
did we find the queen?
No.
Okay.
No queen.
Okay, so Edgar, we did not find the queen. So, okay, the question our viewers want to know, well, is there a queen at all, or we just did not find her?
We did not find her.
Okay, so we did not find her, but you were telling me earlier there was some clues that were leading you to believe that there's possibly not a queen, right?
Right.
What are some of those clues?
Well, when we pulled out the frames,
Okay,
if you notice from the video,
yeah,
I didn't point out any eggs.
okay,
I pointed out hatching bees, capped brood, but no
eggs.
no eggs in any of the empty cells.
So no eggs, and that's a good observation that would lead us to believe that there's no
There
queen.
could be that we have two situations.
Okay, what would those be? Two
Since
situations.
we haven't found the queen,
Right,
we can't say that there's not one in there.
right. I mean, we could have missed her too, right? I mean, there's
Two.
a chance.
This queen could have gotten really old, and now she's no longer capable to lay eggs.
Okay,
One of the reasons why I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that they're trying to requeen is the fact that we found so many queen cells.
okay. Yeah, there were a lot of queen cells.
So that means that they decided anywhere within the last 28 days that they were going to need a new queen.
Okay,
And so they started to create one. Now the only way for me to actually check this out again is to go back into the hive in about 10 days.
okay.
And in 10 days, I'm either going to see a brand new queen,
Oh, okay,
okay, because those queen cells were pretty far along,
right.
or I'll notice that all of a sudden there's a lot of eggs that have been laid.
And Edgar, we will actually see a queen cell that has been hatched, right?
That's right.
So that's a clue
That's
too.
the other thing we look for. Is
So
when
a
we go
queen
back
cell that's hatched, more eggs, but we have to wait 10 days, right?
And so, yeah, at least.
So,
So one of the things I wanted to show before we close, and I just wanted you to see this. This hive is considered a top bar observation hive.
okay,
So over here on this side of the hive, you can actually drop down this window and you can see all the bees working the frames that we just got done inspecting. And this is why I wanted to go in here, because if you look at this, I think it's over here, Peter, there's a queen cell somewhere. The glare is getting to me, I can't.
yeah.
But yeah, that's what it is.
So Edgar, 10 days, we come back and we take a look. So stay tuned to find out the thrilling conclusion. Will we have a queen in 10 days?
Mark it on your calendar.